Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
That reminds me.
Hey guys, I'm Ouroboros. Let's play Metaphor ReFantazio. It is July 18th, and we'll arrive in the Ocean City the day after tomorrow. Heismay, you've erected a tent up above, haven't you? Do take care that you don't get carried off by the wind. I'm confident it'll take more than that to pull the tent apart, though I suppose some caution is warranted.
Speaking of,
Worst case scenario, you've got wings. Could just fly back to us, no? My young friend, where did you hear UG are capable of flight? Hate to disappoint, but they're rather more for gliding. Well, maybe you can just fall with style. Anyway, 2 days we'll be in Port Brilehaven. We've really gotten used to all this traveling, don't you think? Man, imagine if you could travel in something as big as this and not a car or a plane or a bus or a train. That's a lot of planes, trains, and automobiles. Something like that. What are we doing today? It's the 18th, check the pantry, and I'm going to read another, that's not where the books are, this is where the books are. I am going to read, oh, it also tells you when they're finished. Pride and Persuasion! I'm almost done reading that one. So, let's knock out another book while we are on our way to Brilehaven. Really, this book teaches you ways to ensure others will agree with you. The next part puts things into practice. Even if you follow the techniques explained to the letter, some people will still refuse to budge. Fancy words and calculated suggestions backfire on these types because they're guided by emotion rather than logic.
Right.
For them, the most effective thing to do is... Now, what do you think? It is plead with them, I guess.
Amazing.
That's right, it says to keep saying please until you wear their patience down. I guess it boils down to brute force in the end. Like a child trying to get their way with a parent. That seems not effective. Still, persuading everyone is a monumental task, which makes sense. Everyone has their own values and way of thinking, after all. And that should be it for Pride and Persuasion. Yep, and there's a 4 extra points in Eloquence. Still articulate, still a ways to go on that one. This is Nurse. I've got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop.
The city ruins come to view. This place once flourished through the excavation of magma crystals by migrant workers. The work was hard, but the miners were hearty and spirited, and the promise of riches lured many here. In its time, it may have rivaled Brilehaven. However, the promise of strong magma drew forth the humans. As tragedies climbed, it became a ghost town. Now only the threatening glimmer of the crystals remain, and with the promise of abandoned riches followed the thieves. For some reason, though, they all seem to scurry home empty-handed, gripped by fear.
Here we are. This is the city ruins. Tis a truly harrowing sight. Look at all those crystals. Simply coming here is enough to wound the soul. A chill settles into my very bones as I consider what could have occurred here. Something wrong, lad? Did the Gauntlet Runner get the best of your stomach again? No, sorry. I was just reminded of something unpleasant. We should probably head back then.
thanks.
I appreciate the concern, but really, I'll be fine. I know what destroyed this village. I have no doubt about it. This is the work of a human. Indeed, the scars left upon this place differ from the traces left behind by monster attacks or acts of war. Right. I don't know if the magma crystals are what attracted the humans here, or if the attack caused them, but my hometown will eventually... Stroll? I'll make no assumptions about what runs through your mind, but I would ask you to recall the time when we cut down the human at the castle and saved all those lives within. Do not allow your thoughts to dwell on negativity. The day will come when both this place and your homeland will flourish once again.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose you're right. And we get some wisdom. We're getting there with that one. It looks like it's a half-ish way, maybe a little more than half. I can never tell with these. Like, I appreciate it. It looks cool. but I feel like I'll be like 3/4 of the way and then I'll get like 3 points and it'll go to the next level. And I'm just confused. My stomach sends notice that our next meal is overdue. Why don't we head back? So I guess Neris can read the room when he wants to, huh? Let's put this place behind us.
Here.
But at least this game gives you an idea of where you are within each level, as opposed to the Persona games. By the by, I made another drawing. This picture will bring viewers no joy, but it is an important sight to document nonetheless. And we'll definitely be giving that to Maria.
As the sun sinks below the horizon, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a land dense with trees. The glow of the Gauntlet Runner pierces the dark, warmly enveloping them in its light.
All right, here we are at our second campsite along this journey from Martira to Brylehaven. This is the Blackwood camp, and it's a blue light by the fire. We'll be able to see the ocean soon. First time for the both of us. Usually it's a red light. I guess this is a different item, a Lumi Bee. Hi, Stroll. Apologies, I shouldn't speak so. It's just as Heismay says, I'm too pessimistic. It's a bad habit. All right, we are, in fact, going to reminisce with Heismay right now. Hello there! I've got altogether too much time on my hands. Let's say we take a little rest and talk a moment. No trace of enemies around, but by my eyes, peaceful for now, which means we get to have a little break. Let's spend some time chatting with him. Goodness, time to bid farewell to Martira, isn't it? Can't help but feel a connection to that place. The village from which I originally hail is not far from Martira. The air there agrees with my skin more than Grand Trad's. It is a nice and quiet place. Yes, on this subject in particular, we are in full agreement. Speaking of which, where is your hometown? I've heard before that you received this mission from the hidden village where His Highness and the Prince resides. His Highness the Prince, not His Highness and the Prince. They're the same person. Ah, right. My apologies. I didn't mean to ask with such carelessness. Your tribe faces even harsher prejudice than the Ujif. I'll not pry if you'd rather not discuss it. There are also none alive who wouldn't want to forget certain aspects of their past, myself included. But if that truly is the case, then perhaps it is not one's past that defines their character, but what they do in the present and the future. If we were to all face the future together, then perhaps someday we could find ourselves living in a world resembling the one from that novel you carry. Yes. It is not the circumstances of one's birth that determines your value. We are Imagination rank 3. We are a visionary. I don't need to read this because we've seen it a million times already. Glad to have such an opportunity to converse. If a good night's rest evades you, then I will keep you company in its stead. He's a very articulate little bat. I'm gonna stop talking.